Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general mid-month reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Ascendant. It's going to be shorter than the standard monthly reads because it's only covering a 2-week period from the 15th to the 31st of July. So to that end, I'm just going to pull 3 cards for your current energy, 3 cards for what's coming towards you, and 3 cards of advice. Let's see if we can't ease the way for you somewhat. I'd like to say thank you to all of the people that turned up on Sunday, just gone, for my first anniversary on YouTube live stream. I had a lot of fun. It was 6 hours long. I was definitely flagging for the last hour, but it was great fun nonetheless. And say thank you to all the people that have joined me with the channel memberships and Patreon now, which is down there. Very much appreciated. I love you all. I've been having a bit of crack with the patrons already. Yeah, so thank you, much appreciated. So let's have a look and see what's going on with Aquarius for the last 2 weeks of July. Can I see the current energy for Aquarius, please? We've got strength, I like that. Got a whole heap of cards that have fallen out here. I'm just going to pop them back in. 2 more cards for Aquarius' current energy. I knew that was coming out for some reason. We've got the Fool. And 1 more card for Aquarian's current energy. What is that? 3 of Cups. Now that's really interesting. At the bottom of the deck we've got the Lovers there, which talks about making a choice, but I'm seeing it increasingly to talking about conscious co-creation and the engagement therewith, right? So it's not just about making decisions about your life. It's about kind of hauling everything up and saying, right, I am going to make big changes in my life somewhere, right? And to that end, we have these cards, right? 2 major arcana, 1 minor. But that's kind of a big deal because it's 3 if we include the Lovers there. Now, for me, strength talks about things being difficult sometimes, but it talks about the growth that comes thereafter, right? It talks about the strength of character more than anything else. It's not about wrestling lions or anything like that. It's about getting through something that's been hard and coming out the other side, but coming out the other side as something more than you were when you went into it. And followed up directly by the Fool, it feels like to me, Aquarius, you kind of let some stuff go. Now, Aquarius don't have a reputation as a sign that holds on to things and worries about things particularly. But I've seen a notion over the last few months that there are things from the past that do bother you in some way. And it's possible because that it occurs because it's something that you've tried to think about. You've tried to think your way around it. When maybe there weren't intellectual circumstances, right? Maybe they were emotional, something like that. Because there's a strong emotional component with strength. I know it's the card of Leo and it talks about fire, but it's about emotional maturation, right? And when you see the Fool card here, this talks about letting things go. Right? It talks about letting things go and starting anew on a fresh journey, right? Uncharted territory, absolutely, but with very, very little baggage. The Strength card seems to be here to indicate what it is that you have processed and therefore released, I would feel, and what you're moving towards. Now, the final card there is the 3 of Cups, and this is my card of emotional support networks more than anything else. I mean, some of the readers see it as, third-party situations or stuff like that. But I think where you see 2 cups, and there being one other person that you meet that you've got a bond with, a sub-description, whether it's platonic or romantic or family or whatever, the 3 is kind of finding your tribe to me. I mean, it's a low-level card, granted, but 2020 has felt a lot about like it's been about calling in your soul tribe, right? You might have found that there are people who have in some way exited from your life, expectedly or unexpectedly, and not necessarily in a terminal way, but just sort of no longer really feeling that connection anymore, and you just kind of, you know, drift away from each other. But there are people that have come in, and the bond is strong with these ones, you know. And I notice both the major arcana cards are pointing from left to right. Right? With the exception of the crow that is on the top of that lion, which is the thing that's looking back, right? Giving maybe being the thing that's maybe making me think that you're thinking about things from the past and releasing them, but ultimately moving forwards in a, you know, in a leonine fashion. And then we've got the Fool, who is also looking towards the future with those lotus blossoms at the bottom of the card, which talk about spiritual growth. And then we've got this here, right? It feels like an exercise in sifting out accidentally those people that weren't meant to be in your life and those people that absolutely were, right? We've got this this victory wreath, you know, the laurel wreath there at the top. You usually only see that with the Six of Wands, but it's here in the Three of Cups for you. So instead of just being one person, like you would get in the Two of Cups, who is on the same page as you, it seems like all three of you are kind of nourishing each other. And this could be 3 people, or it could be 10, you know, you take it as it resonates. The point is that it's more than just 2. It's an emotional support network. And just as they are nourishing you, you are nourishing them. I'm going to pull one more card for the Fool, even though I don't like to pull clarifiers generally for the mid-month readings. I try and keep them nice and short, but there's the Fool here. We've got 2 cards. We've got Temperance and we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, see, Temperance also speaks to me about healing in the past. It's the card of Sagittarius. And those difficulties that we were talking about there, look, they're in the background with the crown over the top, right? You have bested those things. Now, whatever is in the past, you have dealt with, you have processed, and you are now at a point of emotional healing, right? Here. But that's beautiful, because that allows you to... whatever work you do on yourself is never just for yourself. It improves everything around you, and it improves the relationships of those that you care about, because it improves the way that you relate to them. It improves the support that you are able to give to them. You know? But I feel like you've spent enough time now processing on what has gone before. You're ready to move forwards. Now, we're not gallivanting off with the Knight of Swords, which would be your knight. This is slow, careful, considered movement. You know? Taking on the lessons of what's come before, and with a real sense of what it is that's important, as indicated by the Knight of Pentacles here, right? That Knight Pentacles is holding that pentacle there, and it's the most beautiful thing he's ever seen. It's like, I'm going to get this to where it needs to go, but I'm going to go really carefully, right? I don't want to drop it. I don't want to lose it anywhere. I don't want to scratch it. I don't want to tarnish it. This is the most important thing moving forwards now. And that can sometimes talk about money, but more often than not, I just see it as anything that has value. And if over the last few months, what has become decidedly more valuable to you are your connections, those ones that remain, then you're going to kind of progress in a way that keeps those safe. This could be a new start. I mean, that is an Ace of Pentacles he's got there. Clarifying the Fool. New job, new house, promotion, all that kind of thing. But maybe just a new way of living your life, right? Something a bit different. But the Fool with the Lovers, and even with the Knight of Pentacles actually, says to me that things are different. You are different, and you are wanting to build something a little different to what it is that you've had before. Right, let's have a look and see what's coming towards you. What's coming towards Aquarius, please? We've got the Page of Swords, potentially some news. Let's have a look. Let's see. High Priestess. And the Queen of Wands. Interesting. We've got the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Whoa, with the Magician and Death and the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun and the Ten of Pentacles. Holy shit. And there you are right at the end of all of this. We'll go back through this, right? Star, card of Aquarius, Ten of Pentacles. complete material fulfillment. The Sun, the most positive card in the deck, but also, you know, card of Leo. We've already got Leo on the table. Ace of Pentacles. There's that fucking Ace of Pentacles that I was literally just talking about there. Then we've got Death, Transformation. We've got Magician. The Magician and the Lovers together, which we've had now in the same spread, talk about very, very powerful manifestation ability at this time. And then the Six of Wands, which is also a card of Leo, which talks about victory, right? Conspicuous public victory. Not only that, I'm just drawn to the fact that this Six of Wands has got that victory wreath there. I actually did say right at the beginning, you usually only see that, and there it is repeated across those two cards. It makes me think that whatever is coming through for you in the last couple of weeks of July, it's something to do with those connections that you hold dear, right? The victory, whatever it is related in some way to the people that you know, to the connections that you have. Now, the three cards of what's coming towards you are Page of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Wands. And there are lots of ways to interpret these cards, and I don't usually actually interpret the Page of Swords as being a message. Usually I see it as new ways of thinking, new ways of processing information, you know. Sometimes a lightness of intellectual, you know, processing even sometimes, but this feels like a message, and it feels like a message about something that is not yet known, right? A secret, if you will. The High Priestess talks to me about all sorts of different things, and I very rarely interpret her as a flat things that are hidden, but actually I'm seeing it that way today. And then we've got the Queen of Wands, which is strictly the card of Aries, but it is the female presentation of the fire energy in this suit, right? So it could be Sagittarius, could be Leo. We've got an awful lot of fire energy on here, but I think that this is speaking to this kind of making things happen here in the present. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is that just like the Magician, and this is really unusual for a High Priestess card, just like the Magician, the High Priestess is also depicted as having all of the elements on her table, right? You don't see that with the High Priestess usually, right? We've got a wand, we've got a cup, there's a pentacle on the moon there somewhere, I think, yeah, and then there's this sword up to the side. This is things that are hidden, the inside, the non-conscious, or that kind of thing, right? Like she definitely governs the inner world. And then we've got the external expression thereof, right? Pulling things out of the ether, right? Manifesting those things that you want. This is very balanced energy, and it seems like you're in charge of both, which is quite impressive. So what seems to be coming towards you is a message, something that is at the moment concealed from you in the best possible way, right? This is not like someone's hiding something from you. It's just that perhaps this energy is coming towards you and you don't see it yet. Where the Queen of Wands comes in is either that there's a fire sign involved somewhere, and this wouldn't need to be a woman because tarot doesn't care about gender. It could be anyone. But what it could actually indicate more than that is that this opportunity is coming towards you, because the Queen of Wands is receptive energy, right? She's fire, so she's quite active, but as a queen, she is receptive. Things come to the queen. They come to you, right? But when things come to her, she does not stall, right? If there's an opportunity that appears in front of the Queen of Wands, she will fucking take it straight away, you know, probably not even think about it that much. It's very spontaneous, very dynamic energy, and it feels like it's bouncing towards you at some point, right? It's bringing hidden things. Let's just have a look here. And I think I heard it's a missing piece of a puzzle. And take that as it resonates to you, because at the bottom we've got the Hanged Man, this King of Pentacles here, and then the Magician again, right? What I was thinking when I picked up these cards was, what the fuck is this Queen of Wands all about? And I feel like she's going to change your perspective on something, because she's bringing information that will help you pull into the 3D something that you've been trying to do for a while, right? She's going to kind of bring in this missing piece of the puzzle, which allows you to look at things slightly differently and then fill in what's missing. Something that you feel might have been missing, actually. So, what about this High Priestess? Why is the High Priestess here? Fucking Hanged Man again, right? I fucking give up, right? It's exactly the same fucking card. I just shuffled it back in and it's jumped out again, right? The message of the Hanged Man is illumination, right? He's hanging upside down because he's trying to get enlightenment, right? He's trying to see the world from a different perspective so that he gains enlightenment. Look at the sun around his head there, right? This is what's coming towards you, Aquarius, and you're not going to see this coming because you're not expecting it, right? It's going to come in as a surprise, but it does change everything. Changes the way you see it. In fact, I said it feels like a missing piece of a puzzle. Like I said, whether it comes at the hands of a fire sign or whether this is just what you have been waiting for so you can pounce on it. Right? Remember we saw the death card in the shadow cards there, like. And the funny thing is, right, it seems entirely disparate to what your current energy is, but if you understand how the law of attraction works and you understand how raising your vibration works, like whatever it is that you let go of here, whatever it is that you processed and accepted and decided that you couldn't change and you were just going to live with it, and actually you were cool with it, raised your vibration and it brings things towards you, right? Let's have a look and get some advice. Have some advice for Aquarius, please. Oh. Ace of Swords. There's that new way of seeing things, and I'm going to fucking show you again yet another card that we've got a laurel wreath on there, right? That's weaving through all of the cards here. This new way of seeing things, this new idea, this new insight, this new perspective, it's going to be very good for you. Some more cards of advice, please, for Aquarius. We've got the King of Pentacles, different deck, same fucking card, right? That's getting on top of your shit. And it's material shit, actually, at the moment, that you are really concerned with. We've got the Moon and the Devil, which is interesting. There, it's an interesting combination. Now, let's deal with these two first. So here's this new insight. Here's that missing piece of the puzzle, right? Be ready for it, because it is the thing for which, you know, through which your victory is obtained in the last couple of weeks of the month. And then this second King of Pentacles again, combined with the, you know, fucking the Lover's card, conscious co-creation, the Magician card, which has come out twice, right? And the Knight of Pentacles, right? This is progression, because we started with a Knight up here and then the King has come out, right? This is allowing you to get on top of your game. It's empire building is what it is, actually. It's very abundant, it's very fruitful, and it will enable you to look after you and yours. It can also indicate Taurus. If you've got an important Taurus in your life, they might be the person who brings you the thing. And then we've got these two here. Now the Moon is the other card that speaks of things being hidden, things being secret, right? And stuff coming to light. But here with the Devil, I'm going to pull another card for this. Obviously, the Devil talks about things that are toxic and, you know, that kind of thing, right? It's broadly considered to be a pretty negative card because it deals with fear, right? So we could be talking about hidden fears here. But one aspect of the Devil that is kind of overlooked a lot by a lot of readers is the fact that actually, just as the Devil, just as all the cards in the tarot have what could be a broadly positive meaning, they could also have a broadly negative meaning. And those cards that are, you know, scary and traditionally broadly negative also do have positive things to them as well. And the Devil is a very creative card, but it's creative in the 3D, you know, it's the earthly things that this talks about. I'm going to pull a clarifier and see which way round we're looking at this. Because it's not always about being trapped. Sometimes it's about being very much of the 3D. but there's so much beautiful stuff, right? Any art that you've ever seen anywhere, right? That is created in the 3D. You know, you don't know where it's channeled from. It's quite possibly you're channeling it from our higher self, you know, or your random collection of synapses are just sparked in exactly the right way to create a vision of something new for you. But that would be covered by the devil card, either which way. Tell me about this devil. What do you need to say about the devil? Fucking hell. Right, one, right, no, not happening. Let's put all these back. Trying to see if there's any kind of consistent narrative through here. That Ace of Swords is out again, but it looks like not. All Three of Cups is out again there. Right. About the devil, please. We have got the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Cups. We've got the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, who deals with, you know, kind of. Well, I see her as I do what now? I see her as a filter for the king, right? She's the one who thinks very logically about things, but she clears out all of the bullshit so that what she actually produces for the king to look at is nothing but the proper facts of the matter, right? I see you looking at the proper facts of the matter. But Wheel of Fortune and Page of Cups. Page of Cups for me is Pisces. Pisces rules the dream space. I was literally just talking about channeling there. Like, this seems very, very positive, right? It's hidden creativity coming to light. Hidden opportunity to bring things into the 3D coming to light, right? Don't be frightened of it, because there's something really, really good coming towards you, right? And it's highly creative with the Page of Cups and the Devil together. It's just sucking it straight down out of somewhere, you know. But it's important, right? This feels like a kind of checkpoint energy, right? I actually even feel like things may not be the same ever again once this hits. Let's have a look at this. Give me one card for Aquarius, please. One card for Aquarius. One card. One card for Aquarius. That's 50. I just want one. Hey up. One card for Aquarius. Alright, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The Wheel. Right? I was smirking because so, you know, that's double wheel there. I was smirking because the card that fell out to the side was the Beast. I'm not sure what's coming up for you, Aquarius, but it's kind of big, right? Very creative, very 3D abundant, in my opinion, right? Certainly nothing to worry about. Something possibly an opportunity to leap on when it appears. Don't take too much time to think about it, right? So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you're all well, and I'll see you soon.